Greetings, dear souls. I am Vladimir, the host of this channel and your guide through the shadows. Welcome to the haunted places of the world, a journey into the abyss, where shadows linger and whispers in the dark carry the weight of unspeakable horrors. Today, we delve into the most chilling corners of the earth, places drenched in blood-soaked history, cursed by the damned, and haunted by those who cannot rest. These are not for the faint of heart. They're the stuff of nightmares, etched into the shadows of ancient legends, and immortalized in some of the darkest films ever made. As we explore each spine-chilling destination, we'll also mention the movies where these eerie places have been featured, giving you a deeper glimpse into their unsettling lore. Dare to venture into places where nightmares are born, where shadows twist, whispers linger, and the air itself feels alive with dread. Explore these cursed realms, but beware. What you find may haunt you forever. Stay with us until the end as we reveal the most spine-tingling destination, where even experienced investigators fear exploring. The Suicide Forest, Japan. Beneath the shadow of Mount Fuji sprawls Aokigahara, a labyrinth of trees so dense that light barely pierces its canopy. This isn't just a forest, it's a mausoleum of lost souls. Known as the Suicide Forest, it has claimed countless lives over the centuries. As you tread its mossy floor, the silence is deafening, broken only by the occasional rustle of unseen movement. Compasses spin wildly here, and those who wander too deep speak of ghostly figures watching from the trees. Some swear they hear the mournful cries of Yurei, the restless spirits who died in anguish and can never move on. This ominous woodland was captured in the psychological horror film The Forest from year 2016, which follows a woman descending into madness as the forest's malevolent forces close in. Be warned. Here, the line between the living and the dead is dangerously thin. Poveglia Island, Italy. Shrouded in mist, Poveglia Island is the kind of place where death feels tangible. During the Black Death in the 14th century and subsequent outbreaks of the bubonic plague in the 17th century, it became a mass grave with bodies burned in piles to contain the infection. Later, it housed a psychiatric hospital where unspeakable experiments were rumored to occur. The asylum's head doctor reportedly went mad, throwing himself from the bell tower. But some say he didn't die alone. Specters of his victims are said to have dragged him to his death. Even today, visitors report hearing screams and seeing shadowy figures that vanish as quickly as they appear. Poveglia was featured on Ghost Adventures, Quarantine, where investigators documented chilling evidence of paranormal activity. It's not just haunted, it's cursed. The Stanley Hotel, USA. The Stanley Hotel's opulence hides a darker side. Guests report ghostly children laughing in the hallways, and the piano in the ballroom often plays itself. Room 217 is infamous for its violent poltergeist activity. Some visitors have woken to find spectral figures standing at the foot of their beds. This hotel inspired Stephen King's The Shining, and its eerie halls were brought to life in Kubrick's film adaptation. Here, the walls seem to breathe, and the shadows hide more than just darkness. Dracula's Castle, Romania. Perched high in the misty Carpathian Mountains, Dracula's Castle is a Gothic monument to bloodlust and terror. It's said to be the inspiration for Dracula's lair, but its true history is even darker. Vlad the Impaler, the sadistic ruler who inspired the infamous vampire, was rumored to have imprisoned and tortured countless souls within these stone walls. Their screams are said to echo still. Visitors often report cold spots and the sensation of being watched, while others claim to have seen shadowy figures slipping through the corridors. This iconic fortress set the stage for countless adaptations of Dracula, including the 1931 classic that cemented the vampire mythos in popular culture. The castle's towering spires and ominous halls make it a perfect embodiment of Gothic horror. If you're enjoying this eerie journey, hit that subscribe button now. We've only scratched the surface of the world's haunted places, and you won't want to miss what's next. The Island of the Dolls, Mexico. In the canal south of Mexico City lies a site that feels like it's been plucked straight from a fever dream. The Island of the Dolls is a macabre shrine to tragedy and obsession. Legend has it that the island's caretaker, Don Julian Santana, discovered the body of a drowned girl in the canal. Shortly after, he found a doll floating nearby, which he hung on a tree as a memorial. But the dolls didn't stop there. Feeling haunted by the girl's restless spirit, Julian spent years collecting and hanging more dolls. Mutilated and decayed, their dead eyes staring vacantly through the jungle. Visitors report hearing whispers in the night and seeing the dolls' heads turn to follow them. The island's unnerving atmosphere was featured in ghost adventures, leaving even seasoned paranormal investigators rattled. Every doll here is a guardian or a prisoner. The Catacombs of Paris, France. Beneath the bustling streets of Paris lies a bone-filled labyrinth stretching for miles. The catacombs are not merely a bone chamber. They are a tomb for over 6 million souls, arranged in macabre displays of skulls and femurs. The deeper you go, the darker it becomes. Not just in light, but in atmosphere. Visitors have reported hearing whispers that seem to come from nowhere, and seeing shadowy forms darting between the pillars of bone. Some have entered and never returned, lost forever in the suffocating blackness. The catacombs play a pivotal role in the horror film As Above, So Below, from 2014, where a team of explorers descends into the tunnels and encounters the physical manifestations of their darkest fears. Here, fear is not just an emotion, it's alive. The ancient Ram Inn, England, nestled in the village of Watton-under-Edge. The ancient Ram Inn may look quaint from the outside, but its history is soaked in terror. Built on a pagan burial ground, the inn is said to be one of the most haunted locations in the UK. Its halls are filled with the echoes of tragedy. Sacrifices, murders, and witch trials have all left their mark. Guests often wake to the sensation of invisible hands gripping their ankles or pressing on their chests. The inn's malevolent reputation caught the attention of paranormal TV shows like Most Haunted. Visitors brave enough to spend the night often leave before dawn, driven out by the oppressive, predatory energy that seems to breathe within its walls. Chernobyl Exclusion Zone. Ukraine. Pripyat is a ghost town, frozen in the shadow of Chernobyl's nightmare, an invisible death from radiation that was unleashed by human error. The meltdown poisoned the land, claiming thousands and cursing countless others. Over 100,000 fled in terror, leaving behind their lives and memories. But the radiation lingers, twisting life into grotesque forms. Now, an eerie stillness grips the ruins, as if the very air remembers the screams that once echoed through it. Nature has reclaimed much of the land, but there's something unnatural about its silence. The abandoned Ferris wheel creaks in the wind, and hollowed-out buildings stand as monuments to the lives abruptly snuffed out. Some visitors claim to hear faint laughter and footsteps echoing down the empty streets. Radiation might be the invisible danger here, but the palpable sense of something watching you is what truly unsettles. The zone was brought to life in the 2012 horror movie Chernobyl Diaries, where tourists discover they are not alone. The film amplifies the zone's desolation and dread, making it a character in its own right. Eastern State Penitentiary, USA. Few places embody despair as completely as the crumbling walls of Eastern State Penitentiary in Philadelphia. Once a revolutionary prison, it became a hellscape of isolation and torment. Prisoners were locked in solitary cells, their only company the ghosts of their own madness. Visitors today report hearing anguished cries and seeing shadowy figures in the narrow hallways. Cell Block 12 is notorious for its disembodied whispers, while Cell Block 4 reportedly houses a sinister shadow figure. The penitentiary's haunting aura was featured in 12 Monkeys, though its portrayal in horror documentaries delves deeper into its true terrors. Here, every shadow hides a story, and every sound feels like a cry for help. And now, the most bone-chilling destination ever discovered. A place so dark and twisted, even the bravest investigators tremble at the thought of its terrifying grip. Hoia Baciu Forest, Romania, the Bermuda Triangle of Transylvania. The Hoia Baciu Forest is no ordinary woodland. Dubbed the Bermuda Triangle of Transylvania, it's infamous for its paranormal phenomena. Twisted, gnarled trees grow in unnatural spirals, and an eerie circular clearing remains devoid of life, defying scientific explanation. Locals warn of strange lights, disembodied laughter, and the overwhelming feeling of being watched. Those who enter sometimes return with burns, rashes, or memories that don't belong to them. Others simply vanish. The forest's sinister reputation inspired the Romanian film Beyond the Hills, which, while not directly about the forest, captures the suffocating dread of Romania's darker folklore. If you dare to explore, prepare for a sense of dread that feels almost alive. Thank you for joining us on this chilling journey through the world's most haunted and unsettling places. Which one would you dare to visit? Do you know of other dark corners we should explore? Let us know in the comments below. And if you haven't already, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more terrifying tales from the world's most sinister locations. Until next time, stay safe and beware of the shadows lurking just out of sight.